Are you a woman over 35 and you're just tired, girl? You wake up in the morning and you're tired when you wake up, or you're tired at noon, or you're tired at 9, or you're tired at 6, whatever. You're just tired. And the tiredness is like this deep, draining fatigue. Like you sometimes can't even sleep because you're so tired. You know what I mean? If this is you, I'm about to share with you the top 3 reasons this happens to women over the age of 35, usually after 40, when it's supposed to be the new 20. And then you get to 40 and you're like, is this the new 20, guys? Are you serious? But we're going to talk about the 3 top reasons this is happening and how to fix it. My name is Annie. On this channel, I share with women how to become the CEO of their health, how to take your health back. I was tired of being gaslighted, sent back, told nothing was wrong, blah, 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 blah. Giving pills and medications that did nothing except give me side effects and make things worse. Not getting to the root cause of my problem, and that was 10 years ago. And I'm a nurse. I did not know what was going on with my body until I did. So now it's my mission to share with you what's going on with your body so you can be the boss of you and fix it. All right, today I'm not in my usual location. As you can see, I'm actually sitting on the floor in a hotel room. Why? Because I don't have my thingamajig for my camera, I just said so. This is how it worked out. But we're going to talk about the 3 reasons. Number 3 made me so mad because I heard a doctor recently on a podcast talking about how this thing that we're going to talk about on number 3 was something she used to tell people was not a thing. She literally used to say, no, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. And then she says that eventually, as she was watching and then she was like, maybe it's a thing, but she never learned it in school. So she just used to send people away and tell them that's not a thing. So the very first reason you may be experiencing this deep tiredness that you can't seem to shake off is nutritional deficiencies. That just means that your body may be lacking certain nutrients that it needs in order to give you energy boosts. Let's unpack that for just a few minutes. So one of the reasons that people end up deficient, i.e. low in certain nutrients, is just because of over time you get depleted. And let's just be honest, y'all. Let's just be honest. There's this amazing book called The Body Keeps the Score. And it's literally saying what it says. When we were in our teens or in our early 20s, sometimes, maybe even in our late 20s, okay? Some of us only had a change of heart because I had kids, and that's where things started changing. But I used to eat poorly. I used to eat so badly for my body. In fact, I would consider a meal like a bag of chips and like maybe a juice or something like that. And as long as my stomach had something on it, I would feel full. And we all remember those college days with those ramen noodles or the endless sandwiches that were not nutritionally dense. Like it had just a few things on it and it wasn't a whole meal giving us good nutrition, like deeply nourishing our bodies. And that's where some of the issue might be coming from. Like your body has just finished off what it had, is running on E essentially, and you need great nutrition. This, girl, is where some of the fixes I'm going to tell you about come in. So hold on to your pen and your paper because you're going to want to hear how you can quickly, very quickly nourish your body. The second reason you might be having nutrition deficiencies is because if you've noticed, if you're 37, 40, somewhere there, 45, and you start having these crazy periods, you're like, am I bleeding out? Am I gonna die? What are these lumps and clumps? And what are these like every 2 weeks I'm having my cycle? We're gonna talk about that in point number 2. But that can be draining your body of nutrition and of iron. So you may be anemic. Anemic is the term they use for having low iron, low hemoglobin. Some people know that because they get tests from their doctor or something. And if you boost that, which I'm going to show you how to boost that, it will be incredible how much energy you'll get, and you'll stop feeling cold when no one else feels cold. Have you just noticed that? Sometimes you're just cold. You just want that extra layer, you know? Those are some of the signs that it may be anemia, and you will be tired because your body is not getting enough oxygen. Another reason you may be having low nutrition is because maybe in your life right now, it's so busy. You find yourself always on the go. And for breakfast, maybe you'll grab something from the counter, maybe a sandwich, maybe a protein bar. Maybe you've seen how these trends go these days, and people are like, yeah, just grab that shake or grab that protein bar and, a cup of coffee, and that's breakfast, or a bagel. And here's the thing, that is the fuel your body is going to run on for the rest of the day. So if you're not giving it a full tank of gas, at some point you're going to run out. And our bodies use more gas than cars do. So you want to make sure to have a very heavy breakfast. I mean, there's a saying that says breakfast like a king, lunch like a queen, and supper like a beggar. Literally will change your life, because if you give yourself all the proteins and the fats and the appropriate carbs. Yes, I used the word carbs. Jesus ate bread, y'all. Don't be telling me not to eat bread. But of course, you got to eat good bread. These store-bought breads, that is trash. It is poison. Look up the ingredients. Don't do it. I promise you, it's cheaper and it's pretty easy to make bread. Get a bread maker. All you have to do is to put the ingredients in there, and voila, bread comes out, right? But with good grains, with good flours, with non-processed flour. I know somebody's coming to the comments to tell y'all not to eat bread. I know that's going to happen, and that's okay. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions. Here's the thing. Your body uses all the elements of food in order to appropriately give you nutrition, even carbs. Your brain uses so much energy. And whenever you feel sluggish and foggy brains, maybe you don't have enough energy going to your brain. Feed yourself deeply. Your proteins, your fats, your vegetables. Absolutely get those fruits in as well for your vitamins. All right, so that is point number 1, your nutrition. Before we go on to point number 2, I have a gift for you. Click the description below and you're going to see a download with 101, yes, 101 foods that you can eat to nourish your body starting today. These are deeply nourishing. Girl, this was a labor of love, but I'm like, if I can give you something that will give you a head start, that will give you a jump start, that is going to take you to the next level without you having to struggle, this is it. So 101 foods, there's so much more in there. There's a few recipes, there's food swaps, there's everything that you need to get started. And it's your gift right down below. Click on it, get started today. Number 2 we're going to talk about is your hormones. Hormones are changing in our 30s, in our 40s, and honestly these days it's happening a lot earlier. You're finding women in their late 20s going into perimenopause or menopause, which is just fancy terms for like your cycles are starting to change, your hormones are starting to shift. Hormones that were produced in your ovaries, in your, that reproductive area where your eggs come from, they're starting to shift and start being produced in your adrenal glands, which don't produce as much hormones. And all of that is generally termed hormone imbalances. What are hormones? The thing I talk about on this channel and show you how to fix your body from the inside out. Hormones are just your messengers, okay? It's like if your Wi-Fi reception is strong in your house and all your messages are going through, your emails are coming in and going out. When you have hormone imbalances, unfortunately, the messages are stopped and it's not as smooth. So you start having and experiencing so many issues that your body is just like, I don't know what to do because the message hasn't come to me to do it. And so when you find yourself being tired, it could be your hormones. And in perimenopause, which is the season before menopause, when your cycle starts changing and you have these crazy mood swings, belly fat starts accumulating around your belly, and you start to notice chin hair and thinning hair and all manner of things. And you're like, what is happening to my body? Well, number one, it's not normal. Is it common? Yes. But you know women who that did not happen to. So it's not normal. It's not how your body should work. It's not simply aging. Reject the lie. Somebody's going to tell you in an office somewhere, a professional, that this is just normal aging, where your skin is sagging and you're starting to look old. I was looking so old a few years ago. It was horrible. And I didn't know that I should reject the lie. I thought it was normal. I was a nurse and I'm like, this is just normal. This is how it's going to. No, it's not. It is not normal. It is not normal. And you don't need to go through this. So one of the things you can do is start resetting your hormones. Work on those hormones. And that download I told you, that free gift, it is based on hormones. So it's actually going to show you different foods you can eat in order to boost your body's ability, its natural God-given ability to create hormones for you. Your body is way more intelligent than any AI you can think of. And do you know how they solve AI problems these days? They use AI. Literally AI. You have to ask AI a question on how to solve AI problems. And your body is the same way. Your body has everything it needs within it to be able to solve the problems it's going through, but sometimes it lacks the ingredients. We just talked about nourishing your body. Sometimes you need certain minerals. Sometimes you're really low on certain vitamins that you can, yes, get from food, but if you're really struggling, sometimes you can get supplementation. And please be careful with supplements, y'all. This is just a billion dollar industry, and they don't care about your health. I was going to try and say it somehow but they just don't. Okay. So make sure you're getting it from companies that are really quality, companies that make supplements from food sources. Are you going to have to pay more? Yes. Here's the thing, you're going to pay. You're either going to pay on the front end or the back end. You're going to pay either the money to fix it and get a quality product to fix your body, or you're going to pay with side effects, with issues with your health on the back. I don't gain anything from telling you this, but as a nurse, I have seen patients on the hospital bed full of regrets. They had a chance to improve their health. They did not take it. Or they didn't know sometimes. And they spent their lives accumulating wealth only to spend the last days of their lives, when they thought they'd be on cruises, when they thought they'd retire and have a good time, buying back their life. If you know what I'm saying, put it in the comments below. You have an opportunity now to change your health and turn your body around. Take it. So when you start balancing your hormones, you're going to see all these symptoms start to vanish. Honestly, they will, because your body will get all the nutrients it needs. It's going to get the settings it needs. And if you need more information on that, I do have a masterclass coming. And again, it is at no cost to you. You can register for a link down below, and you'll be able to learn how to reset your body, how to press your body's reset button so you can start feeling fabulous again, so you can get fit again, so your body will let go of the fat, so that all that excess weight that's sticking onto you will now be processed the way it needs to be, and so that you can feel confident and go after life. And girl, so that your children can have a template of health to look up to, because you will be so much more present when you feel good inside. You will show up different to everything. You'll show up different as a mom, to your job, to your calling. You may even start that business that you've been feeling nervous about starting. And this is all because you chose to take care of your hormones. Number 3 and final, like I told you, this doctor, I was listening to a podcast and it was a panel of women, And so they were talking about their hormones and different changes that happen in their body. And something was mentioned, our number 3, which is stress. And this doctor said, up to recently, I never believed stress was a factor in our health. But she said that, they were not taught that in school. And she started having to see the trends, and she's like, wait a minute, something is shifting. And she would send people away from her office who would dare talk about, oh yeah, I think it's my stress. She's like, no, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as stress affecting your health. Of course, we know that's not true, because stress is literally the manufacturing plant of your body's worst hormones, the body's worst chemical messengers, one of them being cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone, and what it does, it puts your body in high alert. It tells your body there's danger, so you start feeling those anxiety attacks, and you start having these panic reactions, and you just don't feel well, and you're just like jittery all the time, and you can't sleep a full night because you wake up and there are these racing thoughts in your head, or you can't seem to shut off your brain, and you can't seem to right? There's that feeling, and that's stress. When we talk about stress, one of the things that frustrates women the most is, hey, you guys talk about stress, but nobody tells me how to fix it. Well, I'm going to tell you that in the next part of this video, where I'm just going to give you a quick formula on how to get all of these things taken care of, all these 3 things fixed. But when it comes to stress, one of the issues with stress is that we're not getting enough sleep, and that increases our body's ability to be stressed. Have you noticed that things that didn't used to bother you in your late teens or maybe in your 20s, now you're just irritated, you're just moody, everything is like a hot wire now? And that irritability can sometimes be because of lack of enough sleep. It's this vicious cycle where, yes, the stress can affect your sleep, but your sleep can affect your stress. So what can we do about it? Girl, listen, first of all, these things right here, these gadgets, they are the bane of our existence. I know there's so much good that can come from it, but the scrolling that we've become addicted to, because these platforms actually give us like a dopamine hit, which is a hormone that is similar to taking drugs, and it feels like it's relaxing, but what it's doing is it's stimulating your brain to be so awake, and so like the light affects your melatonin, which is your sleep hormone. Again, we take it in bottles these days. Please don't do that. I have a video, I think it's my previous video, I'm gonna link it right here. You can figure out how to get your body to make more melatonin, and I promise you it is so simple. Check out this video right here. But when it comes to your sleep, if you can practice sleep hygiene, you will find out that you will get better sleep. What does that mean? Turn off your gadgets at least 2 hours before. Please stop eating those heavy meals at supper time, because your body is not like a teenager's body anymore. I wish our bodies were like a teenager's body, but it's not the case. I'm turning 40 this year, and my body is not like a 16, 18-year-old girl's, not even a 25. The differences are the way your body takes care of that food that you put in. And for us, is this slow digestion, and the body doesn't know where to put it, so it just stashes it away for later. And we're gonna eat later, so we just wake up heavier. We have lost our body's ability to have that cushion for stress, and so we're just irritated by every little thing that happens around us. Another thing is burnout. By this age, usually, maybe you're stuck in a career you don't really enjoy. Maybe everything that's coming at you all day with the kids' needs, and the this and the that, and the spouse, and everybody wants something from you, and you're just burnt out. This is where self-care comes in. It is not selfish to take some time and put it aside for you. Is it hard? Yes. Do people even fight me on this? Women that I coach, they're like, but you don't understand. I'm like, girl, I have 5 children that I do everything. I homeschool, I take care of them, I cook meals from scratch. I understand. I don't want to leave them hanging. But let me tell you what leaving people hanging is like. If I break, if I have a mental breakdown, which happens, or if I turn into a monster that I'm just around them, yes, but I'm just like, I'm unpleasant to be around. Now I'm just handing them trauma just because I didn't want to take time for myself. No, mamas, take time for yourself. Make time for yourself. Put it aside and put gates and locks and keys around it and tell nobody is welcome in this space because it's sacred. And that's when you rejuvenate and you renew. We talked about those late night snacks and meals. Please stay off those late night snacks and meals. It's a habit, I know, but it's breakable. I had to do it, and I would be lying if I didn't say every now and again I'll still like have a late night snack or something because I'm just like, oh, I've had such a bad day, such a busy day, and I just want to do something that feels like it's going to take it all away. But I feel horrible. I feel horrible the morning after. I have a terrible night of sleep. So I definitely encourage you to just, do your best. This is not about perfection. This is about the process, the journey, the 80-20 rule. You're going to mess up, okay, 20% of the time. But just keep going and don't aim for perfection or you'll just end up with more stress and disappointment. The last one I want to talk about is dehydration. Wow, dehydration is one of the top causes of stress. You just feel dehydrated. If you're dehydrated, your brain cannot function properly. Did you know that? In fact, a lot of fatigue, a lot of brain fog cannot happen if you're well hydrated. It is so crazy. Our body is over 70% water, our brain even more water. So it really needs to be well hydrated and plump and juicy so that it can do its job well. And here's the thing. There are perks to hydrating. When people tell you that the secret to their skin is hydration, they're not gatekeeping. They're not. Yes, there are other things that come after that. But when you hydrate, your body can do something that dehydration will just, I don't care what products you're using, dehydration will counter that for you because your body can flush out your toxins through your pee and through your poop, and your kidney can stay flushed out and your liver can stay flushed out. When that happens, your toxin load is so low it doesn't have to pop out through your skin. Hydration is like the biggest hack. And it's so good for your stress reduction. Those are just some things, but we talk about that more in the masterclass. So if you're ready for a deeper level of understanding of your hormones and how you can get to be the CEO of your health, get that masterclass. So as promised, I'm going to give you the fix. The fix, we've talked about some of it. Deeply nourishing. Get that gift. It's 101 foods just for you to get started. That will solve that one for you. And then for your hormones, the fix again is resetting your body. How can you do that? Get better sleep. Get exercise. It's going to help with your stress. It's going to help with your hormones. It's going to help with your health. Like you're just going to boost yourself by getting exercise. And yes, if you're so tired, you're like, Annie, I can't exercise because I'm so tired. I know that feeling. I know the feeling of not wanting to get out of bed. I know the feeling, sadly, of seeing your children come in the morning and you're just like, no, not these people again. It's a hard thing for a mama to say, but it is what it is. And I know I'm talking to people who get it. So if you want to start feeling better, it's a quick walk around the house. Don't start heavy. You will quit. Start slow. Build up to, the the videos and build up to the things that you see other people do. Don't start at someone's level, start at your own. Start with a 10-second exercise, start with a 5-second, start with a 30-second. Whatever you can do that. You will grow from there. You're amazing. You can do this, girl. And finally, when it comes to your stress, yes, I did say drink more water, but the number one thing I want you to stop doing today, to handle your stress better is to stop drinking coffee. Yes, stop drinking coffee. I know coffee seems like it solves your fatigue issues. It seems like it makes your tiredness disappear, but it really is just like it's a facade. It doesn't really do that. What it does is it tricks your body into having a stress reaction. You basically drink a cup of stress and the cortisol gets spiked in your system. It tells your body, hey, there's a lion in the room. So when your body's like, there's a lion in the room, it's like, release glucose. We need to fight. We need to run. You get all this energy. Lots of glucose released, lots of fat gathered to your belly section, because your body knows that if you're in real crisis, like you need to pick up a car of your child, you're going to need super strength. So it pulls up all this fat and stashes it, in a place where it's easy for it to collect it from. It is incredible what the body does. It's incredible. Except you're not stressed. You just want to sit down at the computer and work. You just want to feel awake, And so coffee is a mild drug that is a billion-dollar industry, and they are selling us a dependency on something that is killing our sleep later at night, that is increasing our cortisol hormones in our body, and that is not helping us. There are other things you can eat and use. Adaptogens are basically things that help your body adapt to the stress or adapt to the situations. Certain herbs and certain supplements. Again, if you're deeply nourished, you get enough sleep, you drink enough water, you get that movement started, and you adopt gratitude atmosphere in your mind and your thoughts, you're going to see so many differences in your stress. Did you know that stress and gratitude cannot exist at the same time? I encourage you to check out this video if you want to hear more about that. But for today, I hope you see that this idea of fatigue, yes, it is real and it feels really heavy right now. But there are little changes you can start making in your life that are going to wipe away the fatigue and give you enough energy to step into this season, whether you're 60, 70, 80. There's something beautiful for you in this season. There's something you were imagining, something you were hoping for, and now you just feel so tired and you're disappointed with yourself because you can't live out that life. It's time to step into that season. It's time to rewrite your story. It's time to become the CEO of your health. And I'm here to help you along the way. All right, ladies, I'm going to get off this floor now. And I will see you in the next video, okay? Because this floor is not terribly comfortable. But thanks for hanging out with me anyway. Bye.